What's up, fam? It's your boy TJ Fuse. We are back with another video, and today we are reviewing AEW Rampage. Babe, let's get it. All right, so Rampage was this was a very physical episode of Rampage, man. We got some really good matches on the show. We got a couple of good moments, and I feel like we got something, I feel like we got a little bit of development going forward with a couple of people, and I'm just kind of trying to look through my wrestlers, futuristic crystal ball right now, and I'm trying to see if I can tell the future. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But the show kicked off with Kingston versus Bryan. Yes, Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson, and this is a championship eliminator match, of course. And man, this was a physical goddamn match, which you could expect this. That's all I really expected out of this match, was something that was physical, hard hitting. The strikes were crazy and the chops were nasty. Bryan's chest looked like goddamn hamburger meat. Right after that shit looked like sloppy Joe meat, my boy. That shit was crazy. And then on top of that, we had moments where, you know what I mean? We had Kingston getting kind of pissed off at certain points in the match because Bryan was kind of out striking him a little bit. So he got mad and got to the point where he had Bryan in the corner. He just started biting that man's face. But ultimately, what happened was Bryan ended up getting the upper hand again. Ultimately ended up locking in a triangle choke. And it was a real cool moment when Eddie Kingston, he was kind of fading. And it's like he knew it was over. So all he could do was just give, shoot the bird at Bryan. You know what I mean? He had to stick the middle finger up at him. And then he kind of faded out, and that was the end of the match. But Bryan moves on, and I think he's gonna face Mox. And that's gonna be a physical match. That match is going. If we thought this match was physical, Danielson versus Mox, my God, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. But after the match, man, we got a CM Punk interview backstage with Tony Shabani. And it was just a random interview. Punk was just talking about Halloween and how it's one of his favorite times of year and all this other stuff. And then in the background, all you hear is Eddie Kingston, and he's just yelling. You just hear this commotion. And it's Eddie Kingston. He's yelling, why'd he ring the bell? Why'd the ref ring the bell? He feels like he basically got cheated. And when Punk realized who it was, and he realized it was Kingston, he just kind of chuckled. And Kingston must have saw him chuckle, and he just approached Punk and was confronting him like, what's so funny, and all this other stuff. And Punk had a funny line where he basically was just like, yeah, I saw what happened to you. I saw what happened out there. You want to go to sleep again? Hey, Punk is hilarious, man. He say, what did he say? He say, it's unprofessional. He said, yeah, that's what he said. It's unprofessional. I'm disappointed in you. Bro, Punk is hilarious. But what I think, man, I feel like this is me looking through that crystal ball I was talking about earlier, man. I feel like this may be setting up a potential heel turn for not only Eddie Kingston, but maybe even Mox. Because I don't think that Mox is going to beat Danielson in his championship eliminator tournament. But I definitely do feel like he going to beat the shit out of Danielson in this match. And yeah, ultimately when he loses, I think he gonna be pressed too. He gonna be just as pressed, if not more pressed, than Eddie Kingston was. And I feel like both of these two, Eddie Kingston on Punk and Danielson, yeah, I think that eventually down the line, Mox might cost Danielson a match in one of these championship eliminators, or maybe even a match for the championship. You know what I mean? Who knows? But after that, we ended up getting Matt Seidel versus Dante Martin. And dude, this kid Dante Martin, yo, I'm 23, and he make me feel like I'm not doing shit in life. Like, my nigga, this dude is so innovative in this wrestling ring. I've never seen. It's like the closest person I can compare him to is Ricochet, but it's like he's so innovative and just so bouncy around the ring, but also just so technical too. This kid is going to be amazing going forward. The fact that he's only like 20 years old is astounding as well, because he's only going to get better. He's not even in his prime yet. You feel me? So this was a good match between him and Seidel. I think that Dante Martin ended up getting the win off of a springboard moonsault. And yeah, man, it was a pretty solid match. So far, AEW is put on a couple of pretty good matches. And after that, we get a split screen interview right before the main event with Britt Baker, DMD, and Abadon, the Living Dead Girl, as we all know and as we all hopefully love. And yeah, man, Abadon was asked what tricks might she have up her sleeve for this match against Britt Baker, DMD. And Abadon responds with a growl and blood just being leaked from her mouth. It was disturbing. But then yeah, he essentially asked Britt Baker the same thing, and Britt says that she's very experienced in no DQ matches. She feels like she's very well versed in no DQ matches, so she's confident that she's gonna win. Not only that, she has some zombies of her own, talking about Rebel and Hater, of her own, so she feels confident that she's gonna win. But this match was brutal. This match was brutal, my guy. I'm not gonna cap. This was but it was so fun. It was so much fun, and I loved every minute of it. There was one spot where they were on the apron, and Britt tries to hit a spinning neck breaker on Abadon through a table that was set up outside of the ring, and they hit the table and it does not budge, my guy. It looked painful to the motherfucker. It's actually a funny little steal. I might put it up here. Abadon's face as the table didn't break. But that led to Britt Baker trying to suplex Abadon through the same table. Didn't budge again. So both ladies, they laid out on the outside of the ring. And as the Living Dead Girl she is, Abadon sits up and she is looking terrifying. She gets Britt back in the ring. Essentially, they move back to the ring. They're kind of going at it. But as she gets her back into the ring, she grabs the thumbtacks and she kind of gets those ready. And when I saw the tacks come out, I was like, oh yeah, they going there. They going there. And did they go there, man? They utilized the shit out of those thumbtacks. And it was a spot where, of course, Abadon grabbed Britt Baker and kind of slammed her into the tacks. It was pretty ugly, but that's not the worst part, bro. Abadon looked unkillable in this match, man. There was a point, like, Britt ended up throwing a chair in Abadon's face, grabbing the chair, wedging her head into the chair, and hitting her with a stomp, like right on it. It looked nasty, bro. It looked nasty, but it was so good. And Abadon gets up again. She's on her knees. She gets up again. Like, she is unkillable at this point, and Britt looks terrified in the corner, and Britt don't know what to do, so she just started hitting her with super kicks. Abadon still not going down, so Britt takes a handful of tacks, stuffs them in Abadon's mouth, my guy, and super kicks her again. What the fuck is going on? It gets to the point, and Abadon gets up again. She's not phased by that, and at this point, she's trying to bite off Britt Baker's fingers, my guy. She's trying to bite off her fingers until, of course, Hater and Rebel, they come into the match, they get involved. And at this point, Abadon got Rebel in the corner, and she biting her face, but that causes, of course, Britt Baker to get a roll up and get the 1, 2, 3, 4 victory on Abadon. This was a fun match, bro. This was a fun-ass match. This match was violent. It was brutal. These women put their body on the line, and they went crazy, man. They went crazy. And this was an overall great episode of Rampage, if you ask me. It was a whole lot of it was just a whole lot of action, and that's what I want to see, dog. And it was good. It was good. No match was bad. No match was out of place. It flowed good. The show was fluid. It was like it all just kind of rolled together. That's really all you can ask for, man. That's really all you can ask for. But what did y'all think of Rampage, man? If you let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know why you didn't enjoy it. And make sure you leave a like on this video and hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed as well. And also subscribe to my other channel, TJ Fuse, if you haven't subscribed to that one yet. But this has been your boy, TJ Fuse. I'm signing out. Peace.